Now, they are two of New England's most frustrating cold cases. The murder of 15-year-old Ashley Ouellette and the disappearance of college student Tony Torres. Now, Tony's family believes he is dead, killed for what he knows about Ashley's death. Our Jason Matera went to Maine to try to get some answers for both of these grieving families.
Ashley Ouellette, an innocent young girl strangled and dumped on a country road. 3 months later, Tony Torres, who told his father he knew who killed her, goes missing without a trace. Family suspects Ashley and Tony's cases are connected, but both remain unsolved.
Unsolved cases bring their own challenges. Perhaps some of the evidence may not be available anymore. Perhaps some of the witnesses' memories may have faded over time.
Maine State Police are no longer talking. Both investigations are still open, but police are not releasing any records. Nobody has ever been charged with either crime, but the two brothers, Steve and Danny Sanborn, have been interviewed by the cops. Both deny any involvement. Ashley was last seen alive at their parents' house. Ashley's mother, Lise Ouellette, filed a civil suit against Earl and Muriel Sanborn, claiming that they didn't do enough to protect a young girl visiting their home.
Even though there was no charges or anything, I wanted to sit across the table and stare at him, look at him straight in the eyes. And we did. I just wanted to let him know that I didn't believe them.
This is part of Muriel Sanborn's defense in a videotaped deposition.
Can you explain what you were upset about?
A little girl got killed.
Okay. I didn't know if you were upset about Danny being questioned. That's why I asked you that.
She was just 15 years old.
The civil case was eventually dropped, but that didn't stop Lise. She's now joined forces with Tony Torres' parents and the families of other unsolved murders and convinced the state Senate to create an unsolved crimes unit.
She's gone at 15. Somebody took her life.
Both Ashley and Tony's cases leave a lot of questions. The best place to find answers is the last place that Ashley Ouellette was seen alive.
You Stephen?
What do you guys got cameras for?
Stephen, we're investigating the murder of Ashley Ouellette.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she was last known to be alive at your place.
Yeah.
You and your brother, Daniel, were probably the last known people to see her alive.
Yeah.
The last time you saw Ashley alive was in your house. Yes or no? Yes.
Yeah.
How does Ashley then end up dead more than 10 miles away?
You can read all the you want. That doesn't make you knowledgeable about a thing you're talking about.
Is that a shiner?
Yeah.
How'd you get that?
Not from anything crazy you think I might have done.
No.
It might have been for something bad I did in the past, but I would never hurt a friend of mine, especially a female. I'm not a man. I'm a father. I love girls. Ashley had a crush on me. If I would have known
Why don't you help bring closure to the family of Ashley Ouellette and Tony Torres?
I've talked to Tony's parents.
Tell the truth.
There's nothing to tell. I don't have anything to hide. Where the did my friend Tony go? Answer me that. There's a million up questions. Take your time to actually ask some people that know Ashley now that all this time's gone by, and they'll probably let you know that you're barking up the wrong tree, especially when it comes to...
No, we interview people, and they very much suspect that you and your brother are not telling the truth.
But that doesn't mean anything. Just because you feel that and other people feel that, I know she knows I didn't do anything to her. She knows I'll...
But do you know who did?
If I did, that would be burning right now, regardless of who it is. Regardless.
Even if it was your brother.
If it was anybody, it doesn't matter who it is. But like I said, I know my brother pretty well, and
you don't think he had anything to do with this?
Not that kind of guy.
So you are not involved in the murder of Ashley Ouellette?
I took a lie detector test for the cops. I did everything they asked me to do. I did nothing.
And you don't know who was?
I didn't lawyer up. I didn't do anything.
And you don't know who was?
If I did, I told you. I look all of you guys in the eye. If I knew who it was, no matter who it was, they'd be frying for this right now. Because of the pain that I've gone through, the lack and the loss of not being able to see my friend, not go to her funeral, not say goodbye, be judged by all those same people that used to love me. It's not fair, you know what I mean? And that carries with me through my whole life too. I'm suffering just as much as the people that need closure. I need closure just as much as everybody else.
Tony Torres, are you involved in his disappearance?
No, of course not. He was a good friend of mine, man. I'm not a freaking crazy guy. I fish, I hunt. I'm not even a felon.
But who do you
I'm
think?
not even a felon.
Who do you think is involved there? I mean, the guy's probably dead.
My friend Jay's passed away last year. You know, I'm not going to say ill will about anybody. I have no ill will to say about anybody. You know, he was a good friend of mine growing up. What happened to him? I have no idea. That I don't think has anything to do with the fact that Ashley's disappearance. That, if anything, had to do with drugs, because they were all selling drugs. Tony sold cocaine, you know, other people sold crack. He was a drug dealer.
So you think Tony's disappearance is drug related, not Ashley related?
Definitely, most likely, if anything, there's a way higher probability that had to do with drugs and had anything to do with Ashley.
Now, what about your brother? Your brother.
I'm not gonna get into my brother's stuff. I'll talk to you about me, but you know what I mean?
Well, what did Daniel say he was doing that night? You say you were sleeping. What did Daniel say he was doing?
I have no idea. All I know is I slept all night.
Did they have sex that night? Do you know?
If they had sex, the freaking cops know. Obviously, they're gonna take DNA.
Yeah, but do you know?
No, if I did, I mean,
But what did Daniel do that night? Do you know?
I have no idea. I was sleeping.
After the fact, you must know where he said he was.
I don't dig into like that.
We're talking about the last place Ashley was seen alive. So
Yeah, but
during
I
the
know
course
better.
of this
I know better.
investigation,
I know
where
better
did Daniel
than
say he
he's
was?
I know better than to ask him dumb questions. All it's gonna do is be like, all he's gonna do is like, why would you think that I would do that when I know he wouldn't? It's just a stupid thing to ask to a family member. All right, that's my mom. She's gonna flip out on you guys. You better just, I'll call the cops. You're headed out.
Right now, who's coming down is Mrs. Sanborn, the mom of Steve and Daniel. Jason Matera with Crime Watch Daily. We're investigating the murder of Ashley Willett. She was last seen alive. What? No comment? She was last seen alive in your residence. Why don't you want to comment? Mrs. Sanborn, you're a mom. Why don't you help bring closure? According to law enforcement, this is the last place where Ashley was seen alive. Right here, the Sanborn residence. And what, Ashley just left and walked 10 miles to the place where she was strangled to death? But they don't want to give any answers.
Somebody out there knows something about Ashley's murder. They know who did it.
Yeah.
What do you have to tell those individuals who are holding back the truth?
That they shouldn't be afraid. Come out and tell the truth. Be strong. You just want to take somebody and just shake them and say, speak.
Until someone speaks up, all that's left are faded tributes and the memories of families torn apart.
What do you miss most about Tony?
Smile, his hugs. I just miss him. I just keep telling him every day to please let me have a dream where he is so I can find him.
Look at her, she has flip-flop shoes.
How old would Ashley be today?
33. I often wonder, would she be married? Would she have children? She'd be a great mother. She really was. She was a very loving person.
Well, these two families have waited far too long to get justice, and now they need your help. Take another look at the picture of Ashley Ouellette and Tony Torres. If you know anything at all about her murder or his disappearance, you can submit a tip at our website, that is crimewatchdaily.com, or you can call or text our toll-free tip line. That number is 1844 800 CRIME.